What do you think was behind that slow start and not coming out with the kind of energy that Coach Green talked about?
I feel like we were prepared for the game. It was just us not coming out with energy, and that's unfortunate, and we have to fix that. Like, at the end of the day, that's, like, just us beating ourselves. It's not the other team beating us, it's us, and we just have to fix that. It's like you make a decision if you want to show up or don't show up, and we obviously didn't show up at the beginning, and then we got down too far.
Just go ahead and raise your hand. The mics aren't working, so there's not really a point in it.
I guess obviously, I mean, at this point, you had a chance against Iowa, had a chance here, like that would have been big for the tournament. So what's key for you guys going into Indianapolis with obviously a chance to kind of build that resume a little more?
Just going forward, knowing that, just going forward with the mentality that we can't lose, and like just put everything out there. Like, no matter if it's a loose ball, you gotta go get it. Like anything, just going all out the rest of the way.
Just go ahead and raise your hand. Yeah. Go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, so they play incredibly assertively and physically. How do you feel like you guys responded to that?
Like we said at the beginning, we kind of let them just do whatever we wanted, and then later we kind of flipped that, and we started being more dominant every way. But I mean, we got down so far. There's nothing you can do coming back from that. I mean, we fought hard at the end, but like it's too late.
I seen like one adjustment in the second half is that the weak side guards were crashing really hard on the defensive boards. Was that something that you guys talked about in halftime, of just crashing the boards a little bit more?
I mean, we did talk about rebounding. We had to get more. Obviously, they still beat us, but that was a focus of ours.
Dustin, you just kind of looking at the season for you just in general, what do you feel like you made the biggest steps for yourself, and what are you kind of looking to correct, I guess, going into Big Ten play and the Big Ten tournament, I'm sorry?
I feel like the biggest steps I probably took in my role is just like knowing when to do something, like just for example, like knowing when to slow the ball down, knowing that we got to get a score, or just when to get my team like engaged and knowing we got to get a stop. So just knowing, just like little detail stuff like time and place, and just knowing when to do what when. And obviously I still gotta keep growing, but honestly just learning from my mistakes, like going forward and just not making those same mistakes is gonna be the biggest thing for me if I want to be a good point guard for this program and lead my team to the places I know we can get to.
When you came here, obviously, playing NCAA tournaments and Big Ten tournaments and that stage that you're going to be on, how much are you looking forward to a chance to kind of test yourself on that stage like you already have in Big Ten play?
I mean, I can't wait because I live for those moments. And, I mean, I've been dreaming of this since I started playing basketball. So when I get on that stage, I know I'm going to be prepared for that moment, and I know I'm going to be ready to follow any game plan we have when we reach those moments.
For either of you, Minnesota had you guys in kind of late clock situations a few times. Like, what they do defensively that kind of made it difficult to find some room against them?
I'll just say for us, we kind of beat ourselves with that, just not running our offense as smoothly as we normally do and not having the spacing we normally do. But I will credit to them. They was in their gaps. They do follow their principles really well, but we kind of beat ourselves in that position.
I'll just one more from me for you, Destiny. Obviously, coming off of a heralded high school career, you play a lot of close games, a lot of competitive games where there are losses. What does resilience look like for you navigating losses on a more frequent basis, maybe than you have in your basketball career?
Just knowing, like I said earlier, when I am in these positions again, I know what to do differently, and I know like the more I apply what I learned in those situations, the more we are gonna come out with a win.
For Maddie, guys, these late game situations, close games, late, like what can you learn from these? Like what can you learn from Iowa? What can you learn from this game?
Yeah, toward the end, I just learned that we have to make good decisions on the court, and you just have to finish games strong. You can't have any mess ups at the end. Like, you have to really lock in toward the end, obviously, because every mistake is costly.
For either of you, what sort of went into a lot of scoring from the outside, scoring from the three versus getting points in the paint? Was it just taking what they were giving you, or was there maybe more of a conscious decision in that?
I mean, we did talk about how they were in their gaps a lot and we had those kickouts, but I mean, our offense is getting downhill and we weren't getting as many paint touches as we wanted, but I mean, we did make shots on the outside, but we have to be better getting inside.
Anything from the back? Everybody good? All right, thanks you guys.
Yeah, figures.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, Doug, we saw your hand first.
Coach, the game kind of tilted in your favor when both their bigs went to the bench. How does that inform kind of the tournament coming up for you and matchups and maybe some adjustments you might want to make?
Yeah, I mean, we tried a lot of different things tonight, fronting, doubling, digging. We kind of threw everything out there. So we got to be better. People are going to try to exploit that inside, and we have to show more resistance down low. So it's an area, it's all matchups. The last two games are heavy post play. And actually, we did a good job on Hart in the second half. She only had 7. She had 10 in the first quarter, and like literally just like one after another, and that kind of got us on our heel. And I think that was a difference in the game.
You guys feel like offensively, especially in the first 2.5 quarters, you were able to exploit the matchups on that end. I mean, you knew you were going to give up some defense. Do you feel like you were getting enough out of it on the other end?
On the offensive end? Yeah, I think it kind of screwed us up a little bit and got us out of rhythm when CC went down too. And I don't know if she was ever the same, right? Just that, I think, right away that happening, it's not, I mean, it happened, but I think it did kind of get us out of a little bit of a rhythm. But yeah, I mean, there was times we got what we wanted. We tried to put their 5s in a lot of ball screens, and we got them in the middle of the court. We got some good looks, and then we missed some of them too, or didn't get some calls that that maybe there were some fouls. So I thought they're just really good defensively. I mean, that's why Minnesota is really good, and that's where I don't know if they're getting the credit they deserve. This is a team that is senior led. They have every position they're elite at. They have 3-point shooters. We did a great job holding them at 3. I mean, Grace only had, what, did she even hit? She had 1 3. I mean, she's one of the best shooters in the country. Like, we did a really good job on the 3-point line. We just couldn't, the paint was a struggle for us. But this is a really good team that could make a deep run in the NCAA tournament and also the Big Ten tournament.
How do you hope your team maybe flips things around these close games, especially going into a tournament setting where it's basically one?
Yeah, that's what I told them in the locker room, right? Like, we got 2 days, and we got to make a decision what we want out of this next week, and we need to go, and whoever we play, is it out yet? Who we play?
No, there's still 2 games left.
So whoever we play, like, we got to win, and we're fighting for obviously the Big Ten tournament and then NCAA tournament as well. So there's a lot on the line, and I thought we've been playing really well up to this point. I just thought we maybe played 15 minutes of how we had been playing. Even Iowa, I thought we played extremely well. I was really happy. I mean, it sucks to lose that tight game. We made some mistakes down the stretch, but overall we played hard, we competed. We got to get back to our defensive intensity and mindset, and really being able to have some resistance, keep people out of the paint. That's who we are. That's what we hang our hat on, defending and rebounding. The last 2 games, we've gotten beat in the paint, and we've gotten beat badly on the boards. And that's not us. So until that's going to get us wins. So that's the biggest thing going into this next 2 days of preparation is we got to defend and we got to rebound.
Were there any signs that before leading into this game that you would come out maybe in the way that a little flatter than what you typically had, or like were you surprised by that at this stage?
I mean, I think again, just the nature of the schedule. I mean, we got back 1:30. We didn't get home. I didn't get home till like 2 a.m. after Iowa, and then I think this is a learning curve for us as a young team, being able to flip it, and then we got a 2-day prep, and you got to come and be ready to go and practice on Friday and then practice on Saturday, and you're tired, you're this, you're that, but no one cares. There's no excuses. Like, we got to be able to go. So I thought we were I don't think we had the best shoot around today. I can tell you that much, and we didn't have our best practice yesterday, but as this team continues to learn and grow, we gotta figure that out. And if you look at some of our 2-day prep on our turnarounds, we haven't. It's been kind of a problem. So I need to do a better job. I need to figure it out, what we need, when we need it. But we're gonna have another one on Wednesday. So
So late in the game, Cece drew her third charge, and in the very next possession, scored that bucket to tie you up at 70. How do you think she responded to the dysregulation of that injury earlier in the game?
Yeah, I mean, I thought she responded. She played really hard. She didn't shoot as well, as what she had been. So, I don't know. I gotta watch the film.
Coach, in the common denominator you see in this late game execution in these last two games at Iowa and here today?
I mean, they're kind of different. We had a turnover, off of two plays after timeouts. We got 3 attempts to tie it. And that one, Jazz at the follow and then C at the follow. I thought there was contact there. So we had opportunities there, and then we missed a shot and from the sideline out of bounds, and we missed an option out of the other sideline. So again, that's on me. I got to be sharper. We need to execute better down in the stretch, but we still had an opportunity to tie it. Again, three shots, I think, because Maddie took the one shot, and then Jazz on the rebound, right, and then C on the second.
Shauna, that was just frustrated. I think I've seen you with some of the calls or non-calls. And did you get an explanation for either the Berry call that led to the go-ahead free throws or anything on the ensuing possession?
I think you know the answer to that.
I had to ask.
No.
Next one.
It's frustrating. So I'll just say that. It's very frustrating.
I heard you at one point just yelling, "Be strong" with the ball. So with how assertive Minnesota plays, how do you get to the point where you're the type of team that is assertive to an opponent?
And that's the thing. Like, that's why, again, these guys, Minnesota's kept this group, and they're veteran, they're experienced, they understand. They're big, they're strong, they're physical, they're tough. I love Minnesota. I think they're great. And if you don't come and have that toughness, then they're going to punk you some, right? So that is everything that I want this program to embody. I mean, grit, passion, heart, toughness, diving on the floor, banging, like blue collar, like that is who we are. That's why we've had some success here, but we got to do that more consistently, or you're just not going to win these big games against the top 3-4 teams. Iowa, this. So that's where that consistency and all of those intangibles, I need to continue to do a better job of instilling those and demanding them and holding accountable daily, because you just have to have it to beat a top team like that.
Question in the back.
Coach, to hear you, obviously not the result you wanted, but to hear you on the mic talk about the NCAA tournament with such certainty, I think that says so much about how far you guys have come. How do you frame that as you guys get through the Big Ten tournament and looking forward?
Maybe I'm just trying to speak it into existence, but I mean, we've been solidly in, right, the whole time, so I still believe we're an NCAA tournament team. There's no doubt in my mind that we are. In maybe a couple of years, maybe there had been some doubt. Some years, there's no doubt in my mind we're an NCAA tournament team and deserve to be in. So, that's where when we came here, we wanted this program to continue to be an NCAA tournament every year, and then top of the Big Ten and being able to position yourself to make a deep NCAA tournament run. So that's the next level of whatever happens this year going into next year, where how can you win? You got to win some of these games. So now you're like a Minnesota and you're at the top 4, and now you're being able to host. That's how you make a deep run. Like in the women's game, you have to be able, if you can host, that's how you get out of that first weekend. I mean, it's extremely hard, as we know, in the women's side. You're going to have to beat a 1 or 2 on their home court. So that's kind of that next level for us. Hopefully we make it this year. I still believe this year we can. I think we can beat anyone we play. Like, I have that much faith and belief in this team, and our team believes that. We know that. We've shown it. We've competed. We just need to continue to grow and clean some stuff up, and we'll work as hard as we can to do that.
Sierra Parchman came back in the game. I assume her knee's okay. Did she bang it on the floor or wrench it or?
Yeah, I haven't gotten anything. She just said she was good to go, and I mean, C's tough. She gets hit and falls and banged, and she said she was ready to go. Barry, same thing. She got hit in her I think her nose again, and I looked down there and she's like, Coach, I'm ready to go. So I love that about them. I mean, they're tough, they are gritty, they want to be out there. So I'll get the update afterwards.
If you get this out of Maddie next week and going forward in tournament plays, how key could that be where it just looked like she was much more different than she was at Iowa or in last game?
Yeah, she was really efficient tonight again, and 24 minutes, 6 for 6. That's why I felt really comfortable trying to get her downhill on that one and have Barry as that because if they are helping in on that, we're gonna have Barry on the kick out, right? So, she played at a high level. Again, the efficiency of it, she needs to continue to play like that. You guys know, you've watched us all year. We're a lot better when she's in that mode, and we need her. So I was really happy with her performance tonight and responding from Iowa, but she was great.
In moments where you guys are facing those different highs and lows over the course of like the last stretch, how do you lean on Jazz in order to help the other girls, the younger girls, stay grounded in those moments and make sure that they don't get too high on themselves, but also prevent them from feeling down in it?
Yeah, I mean, she's been really big the last couple of weeks as we've kind of, I think, took a next step and just overall in everything and her leadership and her ability to talk. And I'm still trying to get her, we need even more, talk from her and being more vocal. But she was the one talking in some of those timeouts. I heard her and, as I was coming into them. So, Jazz has really responded again in the last couple of weeks and been playing really, really well. And we're going to continue to rely on her. And, all of our guys, we got to continue to progress in our leadership and our talk. And as a young team and people still trying to figure that out, we got to continue to take those next steps.